the show, Five Stripe fam. I'm AJ. Before we get into it, become part of the notification squad by hitting the bell next to the subscribe button on YouTube. Welcome to another episode of Five Stripe Weekly, and what a match on Saturday. What a blowout win. Atlanta United smack down Portland Timbers 5-1. The only blemish was the goal that was conceded to the Timbers that basically, of course, nullified a clean sheet. But, oh, man, the pick of goals for sure, and probably one that will be goal of the year. But let's start off with the beginning of the match and the starting 11. The starting 11 pretty much unchanged from the previous match, except for the inclusion of the new DP, Yorgos Yakomakis. And so he started up top instead of Miguel Berry. And, oh, man, all three DPs with the start. And you can see kind of the difference when we have most of our best players in that 11. And, you know, for me, it was also, Caleb Wiley, he starting on the left wing. And, of course, with the two goals against Charlotte, that it was a no-brainer. Go with a hot hand. And, hot hand it was. But before that, there was a goal that almost was. It was Atlanta United down 1-0. But VAR overturned the goal. Apparently there was an obstruction in the view of Brad Guzan, shot from distance, and it was a goal disallowed by VAR. Finally, something going in our direction in the VAR world. But this match had everything. If you like goals, this was a match to go to for sure. The atmosphere in the stadium was electric, and especially after that first goal, a really, really tasty counterattack. And, basically, Atlanta United, we really, I think, answered that VAR really well, that disallowed goal. And, we saw that Thiago Almada, he was really, this was the start of just the ridiculous numbers that he would put up in this match. But very quick counterattack after we cleared the ball out of trouble from a corner kick. And Almada, he received a lob from Franco Ibarra, and he carried the ball up the pitch, and little combination play that's basically, he dragged all the defenders close to him, and Caleb Wiley, he was able to find that space, marching down and barreling down the middle of the pitch. And again, he was wide open. And, he finished the shot with the plum, left foot, and, 1-0, 25th minute. And, it was already, and it is already, Wiley's third of the season. Almada with the assist and third of the year. And this assist was the 300th assist in Atlanta United MLS regular season history. So congrats to Almada, and congrats to us, really. But and then after this goal, it just really opened up. It was we were just playing through Almada. He was running rampant. But a few minutes after that one, Almada, he found Yakomakis on a run, and it resulted in a shot from close range that required a save from the goalkeeper. But, around the 31st minute, Almada, he dribbled into and made a nice chop, finding a streaking Araujo. And, the Brazilian, he had a good chance to shoot on the goal, but his low-driven ball it missed a little bit to the left. But yeah, the second score had to be Thiago Almada. And yeah, Giakoumakis, he drew a penalty against Portland, but or no, he wouldn't draw a penalty, but he drew a free kick rather, and we were awarded a direct free kick, and from 35 yards out, ooh, it was ridiculous. He put this absolute insane bend onto it and aimed for that top right corner, top bins. The goalkeeper had no chance. It hit the right post and went in. I mean, it cannot get more accurate than this. I mean, it is something that's from this distance and with this pace, just, yeah, inside the stadium. People thought he might shoot, maybe, but likely most people usually, and most players will, kick it into the mixer and allow the players to maybe head it or get something going. Maybe a little rebound will score a goal, but this was ridiculous. No one would expect that he would have netted it from there. And wow, just an incredible goal that, yes, no doubt was up for the goal of match day. But yeah, so and in terms of the third goal, yeah, I mean, this was Almada's third goal of the season and second on a direct free kick. And yeah, this goal in the first stoppage time put us up 2-0 right before the halftime break. But yeah, getting into that second half, Giakoumakis, he gets on the board. So we're on the front foot to start that second half, and it almost looked like Giakoumakis was going to get his first goal, but he was getting called offside a lot. But I'm okay with it when he was getting chance after chance, and he was playing on the last man and making runs in behind. That's what you want to see from the striker. But yeah, there was also another play where Gutman, he had a pretty decent look, but it was a difficult angle, and he put that wide on the net. But yeah, he definitely, the Greek Giakoumakis, he was pressing for a goal the entire time, and he finally found it when, yeah, there was a long switch from Araujo, and Wiley, he dropped a dime on to Giakoumakis' head, and ooh, it was at the near post. Goalkeeper, yeah, it was too strong for him, and we are up 3-0. It's dreamland, and yeah, the 2-0 going in from the half, you wonder from the team, are they going to get complacent a little bit? Are they, yeah, I mean, in yesteryear we had given away these type of leads. 2-0 is one of the most dangerous leads in football or soccer, and yeah, I mean, 3-0, we pretty much put this match to bed already. But yeah, Araujo and Wiley were credited with the assist in that 59th minute goal. So in the 72nd minute, first substitution, Sosa and Etienne came on for Ibarra and Wiley. And yeah, we were not done scoring. But Almada, he lifted a ball to Araujo, who controlled it inside the box under heavy pressure, and he showed great composure to struck a low ball with his favored left foot into the bottom right corner. And yes, it's for Araujo, it's his second goal in as many matches, and Almada was also credited with the assist, his second of the game. And yeah, we were, of course, leading 4-1 at this point. Portland, they got a goal there that, definitely we could have done better. That I think shows just the kind of imperfection still in our squad. We're still working out the kinks, but the attack is looking very, very tasty when we have every member in there. But Jay Fortune also got his first appearance in MLS. Definitely incredible to see the young kid get his debut. But we get another goal here. It was another one from Almada, his second of the game, the star boy. So Derek Etienne, he took on his defender 1v1, then fed the ball to Almada, who, at the penalty spot in the box, he made a quick turn and he placed the ball in the bottom right corner. And it was our 5th goal in the match in the 86th minute. I mean, there was no doubt that we were going to get all 3 points, but it definitely is just a match to remember for Thiago Almada. And, of course, in the match where it was our first time playing the Portland Timbers at the Bends since the 2018 MLS Cup. So, yeah, we definitely bettered that scoreline with a lot less of the implications, but definitely a really stellar night. And no doubt about it, we dominated this match to the nth degree. 9 shots on target, 18 total versus their 3 and 8. We also as well 2.50 xG versus their 0.73. Dominated possession 59-41. Passing accuracy 88-75. I mean, just really incredible stuff. As comprehensive as we have seen lately from Atlanta United. And so, yes, a depleted Portland Timbers side, but nonetheless, we have to play the teams in front of us. So, we put them to the sword. And, we've also outscored our opponents 8-1 in the past 2 games and scored 5 goals in an MLS match for the first time since July 17th, 2019. We remain unbeaten, and it's our best start in club history. But in terms of another set of really impressive stats, thanks to co-producer Michael Weiss, we have seen a few blowouts in our time. And, of course, some of our biggest wins were, of course, 7-0 against New England Revolution. In the U.S. Open Cup, we won 6-0 against Chattanooga FC. Of course, our second match ever against Minnesota United, we beat them 6-1 in that snow game. And we also beat the Houston Dynamo 5-0 and LAFC 5-0 in their inaugural season for LAFC. So, incredible stuff. This one, it's not even the 5th best scoreline in our history. So, we have some lofty wins, but. As far as free kicks go, in 2017, we took 18 free kicks. We scored 1 of them. In 2018, we took 18 free kicks. We scored 3 of them. In 2019, we took 30 free kicks and we scored none of them, unfortunately. In 2020, we took 21 free kicks and we scored none of them. But in 2021, we took 30 free kicks and we scored 3 of them. And in 2022, we took 18 free kicks and we scored 1 of them. And that one in 2017, Kratz scored 1. And also, Kratz in 2018 scored 2. And Almiron scored 1. And Barco scored 3 in 2021. And Lennon scored 1 in 2022. So, Almada already, he's up there. And this season, put him on every free kick. He will put them in. But yes, so Atlanta United will play the Columbus Crew on Saturday, and I will have that preview later on in this episode. But let's get into the news, and the Eastern Conference standings are looking quite good. We are top of the table in the East with 3 wins and 1 draw. New England Revolution right underneath us there, and FC Cincy and Nashville SC round out that top 4. But undefeated and top of the East, looking quite good. Yes, this is the best start in our club history. 10 of the possible 12 points. 9 of 12 in 2018 was the prior record. But also, MLS attendance on Saturday, we take the top spot again, of course. 42,648. The next best was Seattle at 32,515. But and so moving on from that, there's this very interesting article by Felipe Cardenas of The Athletic talking to CEO Garth Lagerwey of Atlanta United. He had a few really interesting quotes here that, he's pretty much revamping Atlanta United and corporatizing us a little bit to a degree where, obviously when we first started in 2017, we were more in a startup mode. And, of course, we also saw the pitfalls of kind of startup mode, as well as most startups will hit a road bump. But, he definitely wants to get us a little bit more structured with a lot more people specialized, so that the people can thrive in those positions that they're not stretched too thin doing way too much. But some interesting quotes from him, Lagerwey. He said, quote, "At 50 years old, I went from, quote, am I at the top of my profession? Is this all there is? End quote, to I get to learn from the titans of industry. And then on top of that, I have access to Arthur Blank, who has only been successful with everything he's ever touched." Lagerwey being a former corporate attorney, and before that he was a goalkeeper in MLS in his early days. Of course, first earned praise as a GM at Real Salt Lake, then of course Seattle Sounders. But he wants he wants Atlanta United to pretty much have some really lofty ambitions. And he said, quote, "Our ambition is nothing less than becoming the soccer capital of North America." So hopefully he can make that the case. Go ahead and read that rest of the article at The Athletic by Felipe Cardenas. It's a fantastic read. But moving on to the plaudits. Thiago Almada, he was up for the MLS goal of the match day, and he wins the MLS goal of the match day with 88.3% of the vote on Twitter. Just without a doubt, it was gonna be. Also, Thiago Almada, he was voted as the player of the match day for match day 4. We have 3 of the 4 player of the match days already. Thiago Almada, of course, was already voted once already, and Caleb Wiley, of course, as well. But both of them made the MLS player of the match day week, and or team of the match day. And incredible stuff. Both of them have been just crushing it. Caleb Wiley with a goal and an assist, both are fully deserving. But also very interesting is the leading stats for the league, or the league leaders stats. Pretty much Thiago Almada is dominating the offensive stats, top in goals, top in assists, top in key passes at 13. Of course, 4 and 4 for goals and assists. It's just incredible stuff. But yeah, I mean, he created a career high 7 chances on Saturday, second most in club history for a single match. And he also, with this, he has more goal contributions than 27 teams in MLS. For reference, there are 29 teams, so there's only one other team that he has better stats than. Incredible. So also, we have some more history as well. The first, not only the first. Basically, yeah. I mean, yeah. The very interesting bits here are that the 8 goals this season. St. Louis City are the only team that have scored at least 8 times in 2023. So yeah, really, really incredible. But so through 4 weeks, Thiago Almada, he leads all the offensive categories as well as shots. Luis Araujo is tied 3rd. Caleb Wiley and Derek Etienne are both tied 5th in assists, and Caleb Wiley is tied for 2nd in goals in the league. So, Almada, he was asked about his role as number 10, and basically he reiterated his admiration for Juan Roman Riquelme, Juan Roman Riquelme. Hard to say sometimes, but yes, in terms of saying basically his admiration, he said he's my one and only idol. So yeah, definitely the playmaker, the Argentine, definitely looks up to a really, really good one. But as well, Gonzalo Pineda, after the match, he was asked if he noticed a little bit more of a mature Thiago Almada, and he said, quote, "Since the first day back, he was not taking liberties at all. He's been here on time for everything." Braguzan also talked about Thiago Almada's current form. He said, quote, "The form that he's in and the moment that he's in right now, he sees things happening well before he's actually playing the pass or taking the shot." Yeah, I mean, that's for sure. But also that free kick goal, it reminded him of Messi when Argentina played USA, and the Argentinian, he scored a top bins banger against Braguzan. So yeah, there's definitely some flashbacks, albeit kind of a mirror image a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure Braguzan enjoyed this far, far more. But in terms of Caleb Wiley, a nice little stat for him. He's the second youngest player in MLS history to score and assist a goal in back-to-back games. Incredible stuff. But this match also was a marker for Miles Robinson. It was his 100th MLS regular season match. And speaking of Robinson, he made the U.S. men's national team for the FIFA international window that's running through March 20th through 28th. And I mean, great to see. I mean, obviously he definitely missed out, of course, on the World Cup, and he was asked if it affected him at all. I mean, he basically said that, quote, he doesn't worry too much about the future. And he said, I mean, there's definitely some pain I felt, but it was kind of finite, where maybe the first few weeks were tough, but after that, I kind of understood these are the facts. And these are the circumstances, and I just have to get back there, focus on every single day, how it lays out, and, not really worry too much about the future. That's kind of been my mindset throughout my whole career. So, he also thanked the U.S. men's national team and Atlanta United physios, his family, and Aaron Long, who texted with him regularly and for supporting him during his Achilles rehab. But, he knows that 2026 is still very much within his reach, and, that eased any of the pain of missing the 2022 World Cup. But, of course, not only Robinson has been called up for the international window, but also Thiago Almada for Argentina, of course, Derek Etienne Jr. for Haiti, Yorgos Yakimakis for Greece, Luis Abram for Peru, Machop Chol for South Sudan, although he was, unfortunately, he had to make that trip a little later, and Ronald Hernandez, of course, for Venezuela. But, Chol, he had some travel issues going to South Sudan. And, he ended up going a little later. But also, apparently, Caleb Wiley's call-up was turned down by Atlanta United for the U.S. youth national team for the U20 friendlies. But, Caleb Wiley, he's scoring goals. He's starting for Atlanta United. It's, he will play at that U20 World Cup. It will be probably, no doubt. I mean, he is quite the talent, so it won't be an issue, I'm sure. But, also getting into some other players, Miguel Berry, our backup striker, he said, he said to Doug Robertson, it's a long story, but the reason that that he has Miguel on the back of his kit is that he's the only Barry left in his family. His dad recently legally changed his last name, so very, very interesting. It will be, I think that's really fascinating. Somebody that, you now just have a different last name throughout your life. I mean, it's, I guess, maybe he's dodging somebody. Who knows? We're not really sure. But anyway, so back to Wiley from Tom Bogert. There are sources that he said apparently last year Atlanta United rejected a bid for Caleb Wiley, which would have exceeded the deal that George Bello he left on. And that's very, very interesting. I mean, Caleb Wiley, of course, I think, we still have a lot to see from him. And so I think we can probably up his transfer value as well in that process, while also reaping the benefits of him playing in the squad. But also, there were some very interesting bits regarding Marcelino Moreno on Twitter. Basically some chatter about Moreno and how basically we look so much better without Moreno in the squad. And I think there this tweet from a former Atlanta United staff member. He said, quote, "The problem with the Moreno signing is when it happened hastily after abruptly selling Pity when Atlanta was without a full-time manager, paid $7 million and gave him the number 10 shirt when the club was in disarray. Shortly thereafter, the front office is in for Almada." I mean, it's definitely interesting. It probably was to paper over some cracks for sure. And Moreno, obviously, he has his strengths, but I think we're seeing the best of Thiago Almada right now without Moreno. So it is definitely very interesting food for thought. But also on to MLS All-Star news. MLS will be playing my favorite club in the English Premier League, Arsenal. And it will be July 19th in Washington, D.C. at DC United's Audi Field. Wayne Rooney will be coaching, and no doubt I will want to be there. It will be a tasty affair, that's for sure. But are you guys excited to see Arsenal? I'm sure if you're not an Arsenal fan, you probably want them to lose. So, but anyway, moving on to some other personnel news. Phoenix Rising has signed our Jackson Conway on loan with an option to buy for the 2023 season. And yeah, they mentioned that Jackson is a young striker with a lot of experience and goals in our league in USL. And, quote, his physicality and movement inside the box make him a threat to any team. His ability to combine, link up with midfield, and hold up the ball higher up the field makes him a great addition to our game model. So, yeah, season-long loan for Phoenix Rising, and he also can be recalled during the transfer window if we need him. So, also, on to Atlanta United 2. They've signed midfielder Alan Carlton. He signed to the MLS Next Pro contract and through the 2024 season. And, it will be as well another player, defender Fuad Adeniyi. Defender for Atlanta United 2, 28. He played last season with South Georgia Tormenta FC in USL League One. And, he will bring some much needed experience to this side. That's very, very young. But, the London, England native. He spent his collegiate years with the University of Mobile and before transferring to UC Santa Barbara. But, Atlanta United 2, they will be playing their season opener on Sunday, March 26th against New England Revolution 2 in the MLS Next Pro League. So that does it for the news and gets us to the match preview. And so, we will be playing the Columbus Crew 7:30 at lower.com field. The Columbus Crew, they are not doing too hot right now. 12th with 1 win, 1 draw, and 2 losses. And their last match, they lost 2-1 against the New York Red Bulls. But they do have a very, very good coach in Wilfred Nancy. He probably had some really, really good, in terms of the last season with CF Montreal. He was probably one of the best coaches in MLS. But, he is their coach this season. But, there is, in terms of this 11, you can kind of see maybe why they're in the area that they are at the moment, in that, their first 11 pretty good, but the depth past that is a little shallow. But, and that, I think has something to do with their key departures from last season. Jonathan Mensah, their club captain and longtime defensive anchor, he moved on to the San Jose Earthquakes. Artur, their midfielder, he joined Houston Dynamo this offseason. And Pedro Santos, he was also, he left via free agency and joined DC United. But they had some key acquisitions this offseason. Christian Ramirez, the longtime MLS veteran, he came back from Aberdeen FC. And so, a forward for them that can put the ball in the back of the net, that's for sure. And also Jimmy Mandranda, left-sided player for them. He joined them in free agency. But, the pundits don't have them doing too badly. So it's one of those, they may be underperforming maybe a little bit at the moment, but they have them as high as 4th and as low as 11th. It's a pretty big swing, though. But, of course, last season they finished 8th in the East. They did not qualify for the playoffs. But, we shall see just how good they will be this season. But, they are definitely without a few of their really, really important players, as well as Lucas Zalarian. Definitely a big piece for them. They're number 10. So I think we as well are missing, of course, many players. Miles Robinson, Thiago Almada, Derek Etienne Jr., Yorgos Yakamakis, Luis Abram, Chol, Hernandez, Alonso, of course, and Josetu also, of course, questionable. So it'll be very interesting to see what will happen, who will start. But that gets us perfectly into our predicted starting 11. So, of course, Braguzan, he's there still, and Braguzan, it starts between the sticks. I think it's Lennon. I think Noah Cobb gets that start in Miles Robinson's place. Juanjo Purata, the left center back, and Andrew Gutman at left back. Ibarra and Sejdic again, I think, in midfield. I think Luis Araujo and Caleb Wiley persist as the wingers. And who in midfield? I think Tyler Wolff comes in. You could also see maybe Santiago Sosa. Maybe Sejdic plays a little bit higher up top. But, I mean, we need some creative force. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a really, really good question, which we will get to. But, yeah, Miguel Berry, the obvious choice up top. We were really short in this match. We, as far as attacking options, it's going to be a struggle. So that gets us to our score prediction. And, I mean, I don't think it's going to be as kind of high scoring of a match as the previous matches, but this one at lower.com field, I think, is going to be a 1-1 draw. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. But guys, that pretty much does it for the episode, except for the question of the day. And the question of the day is, who can step up in the middle when Almada is away? Ooh, I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. Yeah, let us know in the comments below who you think will be able to step up when Almada is away. But guys, that is the episode there and there. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. I've been AJ. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.